D-Man, we are going to talk a lot about that top lane matchup, but let's start by taking a step back and looking at the team comps in general. Alliance coming out with a comp that said, we don't want to fight, and on the other hand, we do want to fight, we want to throw our combo on. What did you make of the two comps?
Well, Alliance pretty much told ROCCAT that they wanted to poke and not team fight at all with the Nidalee, the Lee Sin, and the Karma. Nidalee throws out the spears and has the sustain for the sieging, while Karma and Lee Sin have very good disengage if Leona does decide to go in. However, when ROCCAT does get one kill, or they burst the champion down with the Leona ult or a catch, that's when the team fight is over and ROCCAT has free roam over the map.
Yeah, what do we make of the early game as well? We usually see a lot going on, then here, no lane swaps, nothing. And it could have actually been quite beneficial for ROCCAT if they did.
Yeah, when I looked at Champion Select, I was a bit scared of ROCCAT because Renekton is a lot stronger than Trundle early on, and also Karma and Caitlyn beat the Leona Lucian early on. Fortunately for ROCCAT, the level 1 catch on taps was pretty beneficial to them. Otherwise, I think that might have been a lot more pressure on the early game. And I also think that it translated into the jungle pressure. Lee Sin didn't have much to gank because they had winning lanes, and the only thing he could gank was mid lane, but that's Nidalee. There's not much kill potential before level 6. So what Shook did, and it was very good of him, he just tried to have dragon control, have a ward there all the time, and just try to farm up.
That's indeed what he did. Let's focus our attention to the top lane, as we talked about it a lot as well. Renekton versus Trundle, and Wicked just saying, I'm going to go full damage. I'm going to go for that Blade of the Ruined King. A last whisper. What was the game plan for you when you saw that build coming out from Wicked?
Yeah, it was quite an interesting build, and it just signaled that they wanted to keep split pushing as long as possible and draw attention from the jungler and mid laner to the top lane. He did a pretty good job. I also really like that he warded deep and had vision, so he couldn't get caught that much. But eventually the wards ran out, Elise came top a few times, and the Trundle outscaled. And then you're in a position where one top laner has a teleport and the other one has exhaust, and then you just get outsplit pushed.
Yeah, do you identify that as the main thing that was the problem here for Alliance? The fact that that plan didn't work and Trundle could just always come in while Renekton was anywhere else?
Overall, I think that Renekton put a lot of pressure, but there wasn't much that they benefited from it. He could have taken red buffs a lot more often or have more invades, maybe more dives, or they could have made more plays in the mid lane or in the bot lane. However, ROCCAT's composition also was really good against that because they had the Ziggs that could wave clear. So even though when Elise was top lane, there wasn't much to take. There wasn't really a tower to take. Dragon fights were pretty hard because you don't want to end up in a team fight.
Yeah, very solid play from ROCCAT all around. Also proving that even if you ban out that Thresh and that Jax, they can find some new picks and they can make it work. So from the side of Alliance, if you'd had to change a couple of picks, what would be something they really need? Is it a champion that can engage heavier? Is it something else that Froggen should go, as the casters pointed out?
Overall, I think the composition was quite good. I think that Renekton might still be a contested pick, but Wicked needs to think of maybe running a champion that has teleport and scales better than Xaxus.
So do you think Alliance can bring it back, or will ROCCAT just play the same game over again?
Alliance still has a chance. It's really close.
All right, thank you very much. We'll head back to base to top off our mana, and when we return, it will be time for the second match between ROCCAT and Alliance. We'll be right back.